Love you. My wife is taking out the garbage for me since my back was hurting. She took over a lot of my chores. You know, when you can't even hardly put your own shoes on by yourself, it's hard to continue. Well, the plan today is to ride over and to get in the path of totality. What have we got in the road up here? That is unreal. It's pitch black out here. And look at this. Well, hello everybody, this is Papa. I'm walking out here. Believe it or not, I'm walking with no cane and no walker. It still hurts, but I think we're going in the right direction. I'm gonna hop on my ecotric here and we're gonna run down, and this is a special day. Not only because I'm walking, because there's something really special gonna happen today. Here's what we're riding today. And it's a special day, like I said, because of the eclipse. So let's get out there. It's already beginning to go away here a little bit. And gonna lose some of our daylight here, but yeah. Yeah, my back does hurt right now for some reason, my leg and stuff, but it's probably because I'm using it a little more than usual. I'm not all the way back to normal yet. So my biggest risk is that I'll do too much before I'm able to. I didn't know you were coming up right away. When you look through that, don't stand and look at it for long periods of time. If you wait till like 2 o'clock when it's almost completely covered, that's probably the best time to look.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not going to look at it very much. Just
no, we're not either.
I don't want us to get any eye damage. I don't think we would, but you never know. Every year you learn, you people who permanently damage their eyes because of an eclipse, and it makes you kind of paranoid. That's why I said I'm not going to trust $2.99 sunglasses from China. You know, love you. My wife is taking out the garbage for me since my back was hurting. She took over a lot of my chores. You know, when you can't even hardly put your own shoes on by yourself, it's hard to continue. Well, the plan today is to ride over and to get in the path of totality. We're actually, I don't know, probably 10 miles out of the path of totality. And but they were saying that we would experience here on 99%. The last time we went, gathered all the grandkids up and we went and seen it. Made kind of a day of it, and the grandkids are not with us anymore, and they're not here, so I think that's a kind of an emotional sore spot, you know, there. So you don't want to be thinking all day about, you know, the grandkids not being here. So I like my Philodo Jumbo. I'm actually going to be experimenting with some bigger chain rings. This chain ring that I got on here, the chain ring itself is replaceable. So I'm going to try out some bigger ones just to see what it feels like. For the most part, I got this down to 52 tooth. It did make a big difference. In fact, I have a 50 tooth on my H8, and this is the 52, and I can tell the difference with just those 2 teeth. On the H8 now, when I'm riding it, I'm wanting to upshift again to higher gear. And there ain't no higher gear. So I may do something there on that one. Yep, I gotta get it to the right cadence, otherwise I have really bad back issues. And just something as simple as having your seat too high, you know, so you rock back and forth as you're riding, that can really set it off. So I tend to ride now with my seat down lower than I should, just to make sure that I'm in that area. make sure that I'm not rocking back and forth. And I know, you know, people travel for hundreds of miles just so they can experience this, and here we're just 8 or 10 miles away from it, and the girls weren't even really that interested in it. But, you know, some people, they really like that kind of stuff, and other people, they really don't care. You know, to them it's like a cloudy day, you know, when the sun don't shine. You know, back in hundreds of years ago, you know, it was an omen, and you know, that the world was going to end and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, my wife said she was watching a weatherman, and he said he didn't know exactly what time the eclipse was going to happen because they didn't know yet. I told her, I said, they know when the exact time of the next eclipse is. Probably what he was saying is he couldn't tell you the exact time because of where you live. It has a dependency of how much you'll see and all that. So that's probably what he was talking about. Yeah, the stars and the planets and the moon and all that are all in precision timing to right down to the second. And you know, we're supposed to believe that all happened by chance. Yeah. Well, good luck with that. Yeah, I get a little bit leery of looking even through the welding goggles because, you know, I think it'd be high enough protection, but that's not something you want to really gamble on. And as you get older, your eyesight kind of goes away anyway, so don't want to make it happen any faster. Well, I'm going to turn my bike app on so I can see what time it is. I should say so I can sort of see what time it is. The letters are so small that pretty hard, but maybe if I look at an angle I can see it. Yeah, the cadence on my feet on this one seems high to me for some reason. Probably because I'm in pain. What we got in the road up here? Look at that turtle. Big old snapping turtle. Look at those claws. Yeah, he's about, I don't know, probably 13 or 14 inches across. He's a really good size. That's something I want to mess with. You were the big one. I don't mess with them. And you shouldn't either if you want to keep your fingers. Well, looks like that truck may have stopped. Maybe they eat turtles or something. Hope they know what they're getting into, because I don't mess with snapping turtles. If I catch one on my hook when I'm fishing, I cut the line. I don't mess with those boys. They scare me too bad. You know, they hiss and they hiss at you, and they'll snap a stick, just snap. Yep, we're right on the edge. You know, I actually ride on the edge of it a lot of times. You know, the one thing about getting a bigger crank is if you want to pedal more, you can always just bring the back FREEWHEEL up to whatever speed you want it. I was thinking, you know, do I really want to slow it down that much? You know, and it's not like you always got to be going that slow. If you downshift, you know, it'll be just like it was before. So, you know, your options are wide open, except on the high end, you got a lot of room. Yeah, I wonder if you didn't know the eclipse was happening, if you would notice it. I suppose you would if you were in the totality and it was a clear sky and all of a sudden it got dark. I imagine olden days they thought it was the end of time or something. But as man got more understanding, he began to realize what it was. Yeah, Mama said it was super hot out here today, but I can feel it cooling off, which I guess makes sense because, you know, the sun is being blocked. I asked ChatGPT if it would cool off during the eclipse, and it said only a few degrees. You know, you might be able to notice it and you might not, but I don't know. I think I'm noticing it here pretty hard. Oh man, I got that sciatica going on in my leg right now. Oh, I hate back pain. That is kind of where I started. with e-bikes. I started, I was on the living room floor just laying flat on my back all day. Pain and agony, and I started getting a little better, and I just thought, hey, wow, maybe I could do something, exercise, maybe that'd help. And I thought about doing a unicycle, one of those powered unicycles, but no, that wouldn't work. When you can't even stand hardly. Because I was watching those videos, an e-bike come up, and I thought, hey, maybe I could do that. And so then I ordered me a really cheap e-bike, ecotric. I think it was like $800 or something. And before it got here, we went and we rented some because I was so excited. I wanted to try it out. I actually have the video of that day on the channel here. It's like, wow, I was so impressed. It made me feel like I was 16 again. And then from that time on, we were all bitten by the e-bike bug. Woo, I can smell the chicken barn. Oh my goodness, that stinks. Man, I gotta put my mask up. Not that it helps a whole lot, but at least I can smell laundry soap instead of chicken poop. Oh, I'm smelling something else through here. I don't know what that is. Yeah, in farming country, you gotta watch it during the springtime because they're spraying all kinds of stuff. They don't always wait till it's not windy. I can't believe how much they spray when it's windy. It's like, is any of that even hitting the field? Well, it looks like I got about 10 minutes to get to where I want to be. And it's getting a lot cooler out here. Ow. Got hit in the face with a bug. ChatGPT didn't know what he's talking about. It does too get cooler, which only makes sense. I mean, that's why I asked. It's a lot cooler. You know, it's funny, my wife gave me a little water bottle because it's really hot today. Gotta take water with you. I love you, baby. Just trying to watch out for Papa, that's all. She knows I don't drink enough water. That's a good thing that the eclipse kind of moves slow. Could you imagine if it happened really fast and get completely dark? Yep, I can definitely tell it's getting darker now. Probably hard to see on the camera because the camera will probably compensate. Yeah, a lot of bugs out here today hitting me in the face. Yeah, this full suspension bike handles this road a lot better than the other one. It's a pretty rough road and I can really feel it with the other bikes. To the point I'm looking for a real smooth place to ride. But yeah, I wonder if it'd be like that at the end of time. You know, the Bible talks about there being signs in the stars and the sun and the moon. No, I don't think this is one of those signs because this has happened all along, but I imagine to be something to this effect. Man, it's cold out here. I'm glad I left my t-shirt on underneath this. I thought, well, I don't think it's going to be that super hot where I don't need it. Well, I'm glad I kept it. I think I may stop up here by this bridge because the bridge is really wide and people can get by if they want to. And I can see what's going on. Ah, this looks like a good place as any to watch this effect here. Oh yeah, it's almost there. I don't know if I can get it on camera for you here, but I'll try. Of course, I imagine if you're interested in it, you've probably seen it. Where's it at here? Boy, it's really dark. I can't find the sun. Oh, it's not even bright enough to show up in this. Well, it's hard to find. Hard to find right now. Yeah, it's probably ain't gonna show up on this camera because it just looks like a round dot. But I can see it. Wow. Look how dark it's getting. Getting dark out here. Wow, look how dark it is. That is unreal. Just a little bit there. I can't even find it in the camera no more. Almost completely. There it is. Wow. That is unreal. It's pitch black out here. Now look at this. Starting to peek through there a little bit again. Just look outside and see how it looks. Well, it's starting to come back now. Well, that's weird. Didn't stay dark for very long though. I mean, total darkness. It's starting to get brighter out now. That's pretty wild. Pretty wild. Guess I better drink some of Mama's water. I should give her a hard time about that. Sure is cold out here. Well, that was a pretty wild experience. Don't stay dark for very long, but boy, it does get dark. Well, I'll put my bottle back on here, take my garbage with me. Hopefully it'll still be there when I get home. Yep, it's going from the bottom up. I didn't realize that was the way it was going to go. Well, now it's starting to show up on the camera again. Well, I can see pretty much now how to ride my bike again. So I guess I'll get going here. Make sure I didn't drop nothing back there. Well, that was a pretty good educational thing for all the kids in America and around the world. "10 years from now, I can look back and say, oh, I remember that day I was out there riding on my old Philodo Jumbo, old school e-bike." Because I imagine by then they might have some humane advances. One advance I'd like to see them get is a continuous battery, you know. Maybe a battery with some kind of radioactive or, like a nuclear battery or something. If you didn't have to worry about bombs and stuff, I'm sure we'd already have them, but it wouldn't take a whole lot of material, I wouldn't think, to make one, and then it'd go forever. I could ride till my heart's content. Should have saved some of that water. Oh, that bug tasted gross. I still got to figure out a drink holder on this. It does have a spot for them here, but I don't know if it would get in the way of my bag here. Yeah, imagine if I'd have got further into the area of totality, it would have lasted longer. But man, it's cold out here. Man, it's really cold. I should have brought a sweatshirt. ChatGPT don't know what she's talking about. It'll be a couple degrees, but you probably won't notice the difference. Yeah, right. ChatGPT, you can ask it and it'll give you completely different answers that contradict each other. You could ask it, does longer crank arms make you have to pedal faster or slower? And it'll give you a long explanation of why your legs will be slower. And then it'll give you a long explanation, if you ask it again, on why it'd be faster. So if you're asking it things that are important, I think you might want to check some other sources, because it's got a ways to go yet. Yeah, lively bunch. I always find it funny when you wave to a whole group of people and none of them wave back. That always astonishes me. I mean, you'd think there'd be a friendly one out of the whole bunch, you know? I should have went, my first inclination was to bring a coat, because I thought it was going to be kind of cool because the sun was going to be blocked. It looks like I was right. But now I'm going through like hot pockets, cold pockets and hot pockets. Hot Pockets. Oh, that makes me hungry. Food. Oh, I eat all the time. I love to eat. It's a good thing I'm a whole food, plant-based eater. I'd be huge. I have yet to meet anyone who can eat like I can. I can put the food away. And if I don't exercise, I will start getting fat, even on a plant-based diet. One of the reasons why I need to keep exercising, even though my back hurts. But that was encouraging today that I was able to walk to my bike. Okay, I was able to lumber to my bike. I don't know if you'd call it walking, but I walk like a three-legged dog, you know. He gets the job done, but you've seen much more gracefulness. That's me when I'm walking now. Now there's a tree in full bloom over there. Yeah, it's getting brighter out here, so you all got to experience an eclipse with Papa. I was out there all by myself, but you were all out there with me. Yeah, I can imagine thousands of years ago when they saw an eclipse, it was probably pretty unsettling to them, because they didn't know what was going on. But if it was a cloudy day, you probably wouldn't even know what happened. It just all of a sudden it'd get really dark and you'd think there was that was a thick cloud that just went over. Especially areas that it was only for like a minute or so, because the totality here, right where I was right on the edge of it. Only lasted for, I don't know, probably a minute or so. Man, keep eating bugs. Put my mask up so I don't eat bugs at least. I wonder how big of an object you'd have to have in order to cast a shadow on the earth. You know, the moon, how big it is and cast a shadow, but I wonder how big the object would have to be in order to have a perceivable shadow on the earth. I'll have to ask ChatGPT and see what it says. Probably say something like, you need a 285-foot disc in order to have a shadow upon the earth that you can't see. But the shadow would be imperceivable to those on earth. I don't like to use my brakes unless I have to. And that's why I still have the original brakes on my H8. I changed my wife's bike. She's got probably 6,000 miles and I've changed them twice, because she actually uses her brakes, but I don't use mine very much. Only when I have to. Well, that ride eclipsed all the other ones we've ever done. Well, that was a fun ride. Got to see the eclipse, and yeah, that's kind of a surreal experience. Went through them before, but yeah, each time it's kind of weird. Alrighty, well, thanks for riding with me today. Goodbye, good luck, and may the good Lord take a liking to you.